Hey everybody, it's Destro with the Shadow Ravens clan and bringing you a Theorycraft video on war strategy. Now there's a couple different war strategies. I'm going to go over a brief explanation of each of them, one-on-one. In other words, one goes 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, all the way down. This is probably the worst strategy you can possibly get, simply because you're ranked defensively, not offensively. The next method you could do the group method. So in other words, 1 through 4 is responsible through 1 through 6, and then 5 through 7 is responsible for the next group, and so on and so forth. Again, that's actually a much better strategy. It can really work. However, again, you might have limitations on the type of bases you're attacking and attackers that you have. The next one, the third-party app. So in other words, you go to a third party, you call out your target. That could work really well, except of course you have to go to a third party for it. It's kind of a pain in the butt. Sometimes, you know, it's not a huge deal, but it's still not convenient, right? And then we've got what we call the Raven method. So basically, this is one person. It could be me or somebody else. Generally, it's me. I've been doing this a while. I think I'm pretty good at it. What I do is I write down all of the attackers' names. So I take, right now we're just doing a 10 versus 10 war because we're on a war break. And then I look at the defensive players real quick just to see what levels they are, just to get a general idea of what we're facing. And generally, when I look here, I can see if we're going to win or not. But then we look at the base, right? We see what's going to be the real story. So we look at this base and we say, okay, the possible first attacks are off the top of my head. Air attack is probably the best for this base. But we could also maybe throw in some hogs in there, a couple different things. But I'm going to look on here. I'm going to say PRG or Haas is going to be the best people for those bases for that. The next one is a Go Wee Wee base. So I know Deerslayer is great at Go Wee Wee attacks. So he might be a perfect fit for this. Maybe Rojo, someone like that. So I basically pencil their names in. I go from this, pick out what type of base that we're going against, and then what the player's good at. And so one of the things that might throw us off is someone might change their base at the last minute. Most war clans don't do this. Some of the good war clans do this. I personally change it up last minute just because I know that could throw somebody off. But we can also adjust and say, hey, that guy changed the base. This isn't a good base for me anymore. I need to switch with somebody. So that's definitely doable. And we don't also dictate cleanup attacks, simply because we can see what happened on the first attack. So on the second attack, we just call out our target. It's one of the negative things that we probably have going on is we have a lot of people who like to attack late. We like to see what's happening, how the war is developed, and then get our attack in. It isn't a race, so that's not a huge deal. Another thing I might do is I could say, okay, well, number 7, this base here is perfect for Wolfgar. However, I want to challenge one of our new Town Hall 8s just came up to Town Hall 9. I want him to get some experience on this base. Let's throw him in there, knowing that I've got Wolfgar or Little Griff or one of my other players, Haas, somebody I know that is going to clean up that base, so I'm not too worried about it. So am I wasting an attack? Maybe, but I'm getting that person a little bit more of experience as well. So generally speaking, where we assign a player isn't necessarily where their skill level is, but it should be a good fit for that person. So in other words, let's say Neverwinter or Rojo or, I don't know, one of our better attackers is assigned to a lower target. Well, that could simply mean that that's the best player style. It's the best base style for that player to attack. So sometimes people get a little iffy. They're like, man, why am I on 19 on this 20 versus 20 war? And I can take out 13. Well, sure, you might be able to, but I need you down here because that's the most efficient attack. So basically, the premise of this is to get the best attacks on the optimal bases, giving you the best results, right? So if I'd map this stuff out with spreadsheets and figure out when people attack and who's better at cleanup and all this other stuff, I'd probably get the perfect war strategy and have it all down. But I kind of just go off my gut. I don't necessarily have the time to do all that. So if anyone is willing or wants to spreadsheet this stuff out and take over for me, you are certainly welcome to. But this is something I like to do. This is, in my opinion, the most fun part of the game. As you guys know, I'm not the best attacker in my own clan. However, I like to think that the strategy portion, I got a little handle on it. Just to see what, to know where we are, to know where our people are. So anyway, this is Destria with the Shadow Ravens signing off. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully this video will help you out. Hopefully this video will help you win wars more than anything else. Because if your clan is doing a one-on-one, they're dumb. This is Des with the Shadow Ravens signing off, taking you to the next level.